Subcontracting. What do you do once you have identified a subcontractor? Some may call this middleman, and you have the win. You've been issued a contract, or the particular agency, state, local has said, we're going to use a credit card, but you got the green light. You won. Congratulations. Here's where the real work begins. You want to make sure that you and the subcontractor have an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. This is something that you can receive from a lawyer. They have different versions available online, but you definitely want to make sure y'all got an NDA. Have an NDA on file. You can use DocuSign, you can use Adobe, they can print it, they can use their phone. You want to have this. You also need them to have a W-9 on file, unless they are a corporation. If they are a corporation, you don't have to worry about the W-9 because you do not have to file a 1099 if they are a corporation. Next, you have to have expectations, quality control. Because if not going to work out. What are your expectations for them? Do you want them to wear a certain attire? Do they need to arrive at a certain destination? Do they need to only perform the roofing services from 10 a.m. until 2? Is it that they can only make the delivery at the back gate? What are the expectations? Is it that you have a staffing contract and your team must report to you any and all questions, not a government employee? What are the expectations? Have them written, make sure you go over them with the subcontractor. Or if employees, because let's talk about employees, you got to go over this because these different amazing people represent you. So you want to make sure you do that. You also want to make sure you address pay with your subcontractors. What are you paying them? How are you paying them? When are you paying them? Are you using Bill.com, ACH, Cash, Venmo? What are you doing? I recommend against using Venmo and Cash App, but what are you doing? How are you doing this? Make sure it's in writing. We like to issue purchase orders through QuickBooks so everybody knows. You're doing a training, you're getting paid $1,200 a day. We're all on the same page. You don't have QuickBooks, look into another solution, write it up in a Word document. You want everything documented because the last thing a person wants to do is to provide a product or service for you and then I don't even know I'm going to get paid, because then they're going to feel like the relationship is uneven. They're going to feel as if they've been slighted. And it's easier to address everything up front than to have surprises when working with a subcontractor, because you may want to work with them again. You want them to recommend you. You want them to refer you. You want them to give you good reviews. These are all really important things. Very important. I also want to identify and establish your preferred communication method. What is your preferred method of communication? Is it text? Is it WhatsApp? Is it Slack? For me, it's text. That's just what I prefer, just how I am. Text, WhatsApp, especially WhatsApp since I live full-time in Tulum, Mexico. Also, if you have somebody performing your services for you on your behalf in the middle of nowhere, be aware of that. Is there something that can be done so you can communicate with them? Who knows? You want to make sure that they have access to the facility if they're going to an actual government location. Also, make sure they don't have any pews on them. They don't have anyone with them with active warrants or felonies, because they will be asked for their ID. And if they have any of these things, it is not going to end well. So you do not want that to happen. Have these conversations. Even if you're in a state where certain things are legal, if somebody smells like these things that are legal and they're going to a federal building, gonna have a problem. So make sure you communicate these things. It may seem like, Kizzy, really? Yeah, really. It's your business. What would you think if somebody came and delivered your Amazon package and did some of these things? You would say, I can't believe they did this. There are enough videos out there of how somebody takes the package and puts it against the door, let alone these other things. So the same applies to the federal government. Keep that in mind. You also want to make sure, especially early on, that the subcontractor can actually provide the thing, the product or service. If you want to contract for 50 brown towels at a certain size, make sure they're going to provide 50 brown towels at that size. I cannot explain to everyone here how many DMs I've received. Hey, I won this contract. I wasn't able to give them what they wanted. I tried to give them something else and they canceled it for cause, or they didn't pay me, or they canceled it. It's like ordering a Big Mac and you get a fish fillet instead of the Big Mac. It just doesn't work. Okay, so please make sure, because if they can't provide the product or service, you can change them at any point in time. You can change the subcontractor unless you have some type of teaming agreement with them. Otherwise, there's no reason you can't swap them out. You also have to make sure that you You are project managing and you are responsible for contract management. Even if they're out there providing the thing, you are still the one who holds the contract. You still have to make sure the work gets done. You don't just hand it over and say, okay, well, good luck with that roof. Good luck with that staffing. It's all under your name. It's all on you. And don't forget, you have to submit the invoice. So these are some things to do when working with a subcontractor. Keep lines of communication open. Treat them with love and light and humility and gratitude. And also don't hesitate to give them a little bonus if they finish early or if the client's really happy. It doesn't have to be money. It could be a gift card. It could be a handwritten note. It could just be something special. Maybe you put a post online. Who knows? But you want to make sure your subcontractor is happy, because when your subcontractor is happy, client's happy. When your client's happy, you can get more work. You can get second money. And that's what you want, is second money. Don't forget, Winner's Way, winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com. You can also get it on Amazon, proposalthatwins.com, proposalthatwins.com. And as always, y'all, everything is possible. I love and adore you. Until next time. Like, subscribe, hit that notification. Dr. Kizzy Parks, love and adore you. Everything is possible. Till next time, take care.